What's going on, guys? Just back with another quick Infusionsoft tip o' the day. And this one is going to make your life a little bit easier if you are manually adding contacts and you need to segment them, right? Or trigger automation. And so this question comes from a customer who's working through one of my courses. Shout out to Carrie or Kari. Let me give you the rundown on the situation. Basically, she was using this quick add, this little plus sign up here to add contacts, and she realized, it doesn't prompt me to add tags. And it's a pretty good practice when you're adding contacts to segment them so you know what part of the business they're interested in or what permissions they've expressed in terms of communication, right? So yeah, she's correct. If you just use the quick add form, it doesn't natively have any actions or any segmentation built in. So here's a little best practice for you. If you're going to be adding contacts manually with any degree of regularity, create a campaign. And this could be for, contacts that call into your office. It could be for people you meet at trade shows. It could be, for any number of reasons. But if you're adding them manually, you're going to want a, let's call it a lead intake form. You're going to want an internal form to give you the ability to add and segment those people on the fly. So we'll call this new lead intake form. And then all you need to do is just build your internal form to include whatever fields you are going to require or whatever fields you think you might be supplying. So I could add last name, for example, but if I don't want last name to be required, sometimes what I'll do is add a second field for name and then just select last name, but leave it not required. You could also add phone number or company name or anything else you think you might be capturing. But the key here is you're going to want checkboxes that reflect the various permissions or segmentation buckets you want to put people into. So this might be, if you're talking to them on the phone and they say, yeah, I'd love to get your blog updates, right? You might add a blog subscriber tag just by checking this box at the time that you are adding them. Now, I'm not going to, add any additional options here, but this is where you would, put, marketing permission or promotions or sales emails or partner emails or, your newsletter or your tips series or whatever it is that they're opting into. You would denote that with various checkboxes that reflect those aspects of your business. Now, you don't have to trigger any actions after the form. You don't have to have a follow-up email of any kind, but you could, right? Depending on those boxes you checked, you could have different follow-up or communication or tasks to call them. But at the very, very least, you just create this form and then you publish the campaign. And that's really all that we need to do in the campaign here. Now, the trick is once you've created an internal form, the only real way to use it now is from a contact record. So if we go to a contact record, right on the actual contact, there's a forms section, and you can select from the internal forms here, new lead intake form, right? You could select any of the other ones, but by default, they're available there. But what we want is for adding a new contact, we want to be able to add it here. We want to be able to choose that form there. So there's one more setting you need to enable to make that possible. We're going to go to CRM settings, and then on the general tab here at the very bottom, you're going to see a default new add contact form, short add fields, quick add forms, and default quick add form. So what we need to do is select for the quick add forms. This is the quick add section. We want to select the new lead intake form. And we can leave that other one. We can leave that other one selected as well. And then for the default, that's going to be the one that populates as soon as you click on it. We want to choose new lead intake form there as well. So let's click save. And once those settings have been stored, all you're going to need to do is click on this plus sign, and it should bring up our new lead intake form with the checkboxes that you've added. So now I can fill this out for our new contact, new@contact.com. And if I check that box, I'm going to add the W there just because I'm a little bit OCD. But if you check that box, when the contact is created, it should have the blog subscriber tag. And it does. And of course, if there was any corresponding automation, that tag would have triggered it. So anyway, that's a quick tip for making your process of adding contacts a little bit faster, but also hopefully a little cleaner as it enforces good segmentation practices and allows you to trigger automation right from there. Take care.